Hello YouTube, this is Interlocking Brick System here, coming at you with another video, this time a review of the new Star Wars Rebels Phantom set. As you can see, the set is not massive and is quite colourful. It's actually a repurposed Separatist shuttle that is repainted by Sabine Wren. Now, it's slightly differently designed than the Clone Wars Separatist shuttle, which is a real shame because that set was actually designed pretty well. I never had it myself, but I know people that did, and I always thought it was really cool. And they had a very cool door mechanism that they haven't made use of in this set, unfortunately. So first we'll have a look at the minifigures. Our first one here is Kanan Jarrus. This is the new Season 3 Kanan. So therefore he is the blind version. The printing is very nice. It's quite simple in its design, just like the show, but is still in that nice new style that all LEGO minifigures for Star Wars are being made in at the moment. Nice and sleek. He does come with this rather cool headpiece. I'll just get it off for you to show you. It is kind of based off of the Jedi Guardians of the Temple from the Clone Wars series, and it's attached to his hair as a full moulded piece. And there is Kanan's face. As you can see, this is the blind version because of the white eyes. He has a nice printing to the face with a beard. As you can see, he also has a double-sided face. We have a smiling Kanan and a serious Kanan. I choose to ignore the smiling Kanan because he doesn't seem to smile that much during the show, especially in this series, which was a lot darker. So that's our first minifigure. Our second is Chopper. There's nothing new about this guy that I am aware of. So this is my second Chopper because I have the original Phantom as well. He's half the height of a regular astromech. He doesn't have any printing on the back of this piece, but he does on the head. And as you can see, the printing is slightly off on my one. You see the line raises here, which is a bit of a shame. And it's actually quite a bit off around here. It can't be helped, it's just part of the manufacturing process. And the real reason you're going to buy this set, apart from the cool Kanan figure, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now this is one of my favourite characters throughout all of Star Wars, and I was so glad they brought him back, and I'm so glad that in the finale of Season 3 they really did justice to him and he really came into his A game. He has a great printing to the face and great blue hair. As you can see, it's kind of like almost a black in its blue colour. He does have this kind of serious, brooding face, or this angry face. I'm not so keen on the angry face. I would have preferred perhaps a bit more of a smirking face, or more of a kind of intelligently cunning-looking face. The printing is double-sided. As you can see here, he has his, I think they're called plectons or something like that, on his shoulders that show part of his rank, as well as his ranking rectangles here, and obviously the white of the Grand Admiral's uniform. And just all round a great figure. They've done him well enough that he looks like a Rebels character, but he also looks like a regular character, so he looks very good alongside other figures that aren't done in the Rebels style, such as Tarkin, or alongside a Vader or some Stormtroopers. And that's the figures for this set. Now onto the set itself. It's quite small, and my first complaint, as you can probably see here, the legs are terrible. They swivel about and it's really hard to get them at the right angle where they will actually sit properly, and it will sit flat. It's quite hard to get it to do that, but they do fold up to the side, as you can see here, which is a handy way of storing them, I guess. Though I would have preferred them to actually retract inwards like they do in the show, or to hook underneath, which is, I believe, what the original one did. It would have kind of looked something like that, but obviously it doesn't work on this set because of the way they designed it. We have the cockpit, is one of our main features of the set, and it's quite spacious. It has this massive kind of plastic moulded piece kind of underpinning the whole thing. It's got space for just one minifigure. In this set, that is supposed to be Kanan, and he just pops in there, so I'll just pop him in there for you right now. There's no studs holding him in. He just has this new piece that LEGO have created where his legs slot in between a piece, and he just kind of sits there. Now, it can be tricky to get him at the right angle. There we go. He's in at the right angle, so he is sitting in there quite nicely. I'll just turn on my camera light so you can see that a bit better, maybe. And he's just tucked away in there, so fits quite nicely. Our next feature is this little slot here, which is where Chopper goes. As you can see, right there, just kind of slides in there, and that is accurate to the show. I do like that. And then we come to the back, which has a cargo feature. So this ramp comes down here, and comes with a large crate. That's an Imperial one, it's got an Imperial sticker. And it comes with a few thermal detonators. Actually, it only comes with 2, but I've stored the other 2 that I do have in here, so I don't lose them, because they're quite small. And that is all the space it can actually hold. I think you could probably change that up a bit in there to hold some of the tool crates would probably fit in there. Probably get a couple in there, maybe 3 at a push. But this works fine. It's the same width as the door, so it just slides in like that and up like that. Then you have these little details here. So you have that is I can't remember the name of it, but it's some sort of bird from the show. It kind of represents Ahsoka in a way. So this set overall is okay. I would rate it okay. It's got a lot of colourful pieces, like these light blue pieces here. But I mean, everything else, this, all stickers. Everything else is a sticker. The only printed piece is that console down there, which is a real shame for such an expensive set. So yeah, that is the set as a whole. It's okay. My main reason was getting it for Thrawn, as he is my favourite character. Though if you are a Rebels fan, of course it is a must-have set for the figures and the ship. I think the ship is fine. It's a shame you can't fit people inside of it, which is the main purpose of the ship in the show, not to move cargo, but to carry troops around. So it's a real shame they've missed out on making that an actual transport. And I think one of the only other downsides, apart from the legs as well, is just the price. I think it's way overpriced, and I think LEGO knew that when they priced it up like that. But I think the main reason it's so overpriced is for this guy here, which is a real shame. I think it's a bit of a sneaky way of making some money out of a lot of fans, because a lot of people will buy this set just for Thrawn. I mean, luckily I'm a fan of the show as well, so I'm quite happy to have the blind Kanan and another Chopper, as well as getting Thrawn. But no, it is a shame that LEGO have done that. So, just to end up this video, I thought it'd be quite fun to have a comparison between this Phantom and the original, well, kind of the original Phantom. I have changed it up very slightly with my own modifications, and that is a video I've already done on my channel. So I'll just pop in Ezra there. And yeah, let's have a look. So obviously the first thing you notice is size. This was a £20 set when it was released, I think in 2013. It's quite small compared to this set here, which is a lot bigger, but I believe you can actually fit this Phantom to the Ghost. I unfortunately don't have the Ghost, so I can't confirm that myself. I'd love to have the Ghost though. I might get it in the future if I can find it for the right price. Obviously with my modification you can fit Chopper in here, so this is obviously the Phantom with its hyperdrive, and I've added a gun, which was a new feature I added which wasn't seen in the last video. Of course this one also had that problem of not being able to fit characters in, but it does have some cargo. They can probably fit about the same amount of cargo in if you tried, which I think is a bit of a negative on the new one side, just because the new one is so much bigger. I think there's a lot of wasted space in the new one, which is a real shame. Obviously the perks of the new set is you get much better figures, much more exclusive figures in Kanan and Thrawn. Obviously Kanan was available before, but you could only get him as he was in Season 2 and 3, whereas with this set you get him... originally you could get him as he was in Season 1 and 2, whereas this set you can get him as he was in Season 3, which is much better, and I think actually he was a much better character in Season 3 than he was in the first two. You get Chopper in both of these sets. You get Ezra in this set, though this is Season 1 and 2 Ezra, which, now having watched the entirety of Season 3, I really want a Season 3 Ezra. He's a much cooler character, his look is a lot better, he's got a different lightsaber, carries a gun as well, he's developed his force powers, so it's a shame that we don't get that in this set. And I think for £40, I think we should have got another minifigure, and I think it would have been reasonable for them to have made a new Ezra, and it's a real shame that they didn't do that. I mean, but I guess Lego's thoughts were, well, you're getting two new exclusive figures to this set, why make a third? To which I would say, well, they could have put Hera in this set as well, or just a regular Rebel or Stormtrooper. So it's a shame we only get 3 figures. But apart from that, I do actually, for all the negatives, I do really like the set. It's colourful, it does brighten up one of my shelves a bit, and it's a nice size, so it can be used in mocks, and I'm sure I'll do a Rebels mock at some point. I'm not a massive fan of the Rebels designed Stormtroopers, so if I were to do that I would just use the regular Stormtroopers that we get nowadays. And yeah, I think we can end the video out there. Once again, overpriced, too many stickers, and I think it lost focus a bit on some of the playability. I don't think it has much playability, but the figures do bring it back. They are awesome figures, and if you're a fan of Thrawn, you've got to get this set. And I would say it is actually better than the original Phantom, because I've done a lot of modifications to make it look as good as this. And before, you know, the guns were massively all the way out here, and you couldn't really sit a person in there properly. I mean, actually, one of the positives that have come out of this is that this new Phantom, at least anyone you put in there to pilot it is sitting upright and looking forward, whereas on this one they were lying down, and it's only because I've modified it that Ezra can now sit up. So they did improve the set slightly. I'm going to wrap it up there. It's turned into quite a long review so far, so yeah, that's my review of the new 2017 Phantom set. Hope you've enjoyed, and as always, may the Force be with you.